Hi, I'm Tom Callos. As you know, I was a member of the West Coast demonstration team and did a lot of demonstrations in my own school, and I found that if you practiced in the classroom the way that you did a demo, that's what we did under Mr. Reyes, the way we did our jump kicks, the way we did our one-step attack, those things could be instantly put into a demonstration so that you didn't have to do that much demo practice, because the way you practiced in the dojo was the way we went out and did the demonstration. It kills a lot of time and makes making a demonstration easy. Well, imagine putting things in your curriculum that helped you advertise your martial arts school in the perfect light. And that's what it is to have an acts of kindness program and other aspects of the ultimate black belt test as a part of your curriculum and requirements outside of your dojo. About 30 to 50% of your belt testing requirements should not take place in the school, but take place out of the school. And what that does is it automatically builds in a kind of advertising, a kind of viral marketing, a kind of advertising through community impact that sets the school up, in a perfect situation. So you don't have the student coming to class and testing on things that have nothing to do with the way the school operates and runs. I don't know about you, but in my world, I want the behavior of my students outside of my school and outside of the realm of kicking and punching to bring students in. I want to affect them and their character outside of my school. And so making things that are a part of your curriculum that have to do with behavior outside of the dojo is the ultimate idea. www.actsofmarketing.com. Acts of Marketing was a website that Eric Kastner and I developed to solve a problem that I had with people who were calling me for advice on their martial arts schools, to help the industry. I realized that most schools aren't doing near enough marketing. It's kind of catch as catch can, or they do impulse marketing where they, things get bad, so all of a sudden you market. Actsofmarketing.com is a website where you can list your individual acts of marketing. That means I could have 3 or 4 staff members who are all responsible for marketing, and they could compete against each other. We could quantify their acts of marketing. So, John this month did 70 acts of marketing, and Sally did 7. Now, let's find out why that is and see what kind of results we got from that. And the site also rates your acts of marketing on a 1, 2, 3 scale, 1 being a good, 2 being a great, and 3 being a brilliant, an ingenious act of marketing. So check out actsofmarketing.com. It's an idea whose time has come to help you school managers and owners. The Environmental Self-Defense Program. Let's see. Here's my call to the entire martial arts industry, or at least to those of you who are smart enough to watch this Tomcast. I'm going to ask every martial arts school in my sphere of influence to accept the idea of having 5 to 10 acts of environmental self-defense as a part of the green belt program. That means when somebody gets their green belt, to go to the next belt level, in their curriculum will be 5 to 10 acts of environmental self-defense. UBBT team member, that's team number 3, Tim Rossinelli, has created a booklet just to do this very thing. And you can reach him through the Ultimate Black Belt Test website. That's team 3. 10 acts of environmental self-defense might be recycling, it might be doing a cleanup project, it might be checking the air pressure in the family's tires, because I heard the president of the Sierra Club say that if every tire in America were properly inflated, we wouldn't have to drill for Alaskan oil. We'd save more oil in a year than there exists in Alaska. So things like that. And why do we do environmental self-defense? Well, first of all, we want to broaden what's the definition of what self-defense is. We want to be able to put on another hat and go into the community and talk about self-defense that's relevant for today's world. And my friend, if we don't take care of our environment, we're going to be in a world of hurt. We already are. And to think that we would treat an upper defense as important as an important component of self-defense and not even discuss the environment and the disposables and things that have a life of a million years that we're throwing into the environment and the way we're polluting. All those things are relevant to self-defense. And a martial arts school, sometime in the 1 to 4 year process of testing for black belt, ought to embrace the idea of self-defense being environmental. This is your chance. I'm suggesting at a green belt level, you implement 5 to 10 acts of environmental self-defense. And hey, don't do that without sending a press release and making sure your community is well aware. And see if you can get a local elementary school to do the same thing. What if you could get 100 kids or 500 kids to do 10 or 15 or 20 acts of environmental self-defense? And that's how you came in and promoted your school as an arena, in the arena of self-defense. It's ingenious. Another idea. Let's talk about advertising. Now, let's pretend that you have 150 students, all right? And let's say that you could get 150 students to, in a period of 30 to 60 days, to do 10 remarkable things in your community. Now, a remarkable thing might be one day you send the kids out and each one of them is going to do 25 or 50 acts of kindness, or they're going to do 50 kind acts for people older than them, or they're going to do 10 acts for their teacher, or these are all parts of their ability to take action, to learn experientially about courtesy and respect and focus and so on. Or what if you got each one of them to pick up 10 pieces of trash? Anyway, whatever it is that you ask your student to do outside of the dojo. I've got my little calculator here. Let's take 150 students times 10 things. Now that's 1,500 acts. Now, if each one of these acts in some way touched another person, impacted their life in a positive way, well, that's 1,500 people you've touched. And possibly you could do that in a week. Now, what if you had 150 people and each one of them practiced a form of leadership where they got 5 other people to do something with them? So let's say 4 or 5. I'm just going to multiply 150 times 5. Now that's 750 people. Now how hard is it for me to engage 5 of my classmates at school, or 5 of my family members, or 5 friends, or 5 co-workers? We're now talking, we turned 150 people into 750. And what if 750 people did each something 10 times? That's 7,500 acts. Now, whether those are acts of kindness, or acts of self-discipline, or acts of empathy, whatever it is, that's the kind of marketing and advertising that we'd like to do. I mean, what if we could figure out something that really, honestly and authentically touched somebody's heart? That's what we want to do. I don't pass out 1,500 or 7,500 VIP passes. I want to make a difference to the tune of 7,500 acts in my community. What if I did that every day? Every month of the year. Let's say I multiplied that times 12. Well, now we're talking about 90,000 acts in your community. Tell me another organization. Point me in the direction of anybody whose mission it is to do 90,000 acts of anything that would have a positive impact in your community. It's rare, my friend, but it's management. It's getting things done through the efforts of others. It's you getting your students outside of your dojo to practice the philosophy and elements of the martial arts. This is where I think advertising is going, and this is ingenious because you're teaching experientially, you're empowering your students to go out, and you know as well as I do that your most powerful aspect of martial arts is your ability to influence people in a positive way in your community. Let me talk to you about profiling 10 living heroes. Everybody in the Ultimate Black Belt test profiles 10 living heroes as a part of their test. Why? Well, you do it because we want to explore what a hero is, first of all, and second is, people aren't hanging out with the right people, right? If you start hanging out with your heroes, if you start hanging out with people who've done the hero's journey, your goals change, your ambitions change, your resources change, your belief in yourself changes. But I bet you'd be hard-pressed to get kids to profile even 2 heroes. What makes a hero and why are they heroes? Have they been manufactured by the entertainment industry? Or are they honestly heroes? Somebody like Rosa Parks or Martin Luther King or Julia Butterfly Hill or Gandhi or the Dalai Lama or Thich Nhat Hanh. The bottom line is that you should be actively exploring this. What if you did a project to find and profile 10 living heroes in your own community? And what if you gave them an award for your school as role models for young people? And what if you invited them to your dojo and did a celebration and introduced your students to these people and talked about why they're heroes and the value of heroes and the value of trying to be a hero yourself in today's world? I mean, that kind of promotional, ambition is ingenious. I mean, it's a win-win. It gets you out in the community, tells people what you do. It befriends people outside of the realm of your normal, circle of friends, and it teaches your children at your school and the adults as well something very valuable. Tell me if you take that idea and run with it, because that's you're watching this little video of ideas on YouTube, right? Well, here's an idea for marketing and promoting your school. What if you took 40 of your students and had each one of them make up a quote or find a quote or say something positive about their martial arts experience? And what if you edited it just like I've edited this video, with one right after another, no breaks? And what if when somebody wrote your school or called your school about lessons, you could send them this video and say, you have a little narration at the beginning and why you did this project. And by the way, this is project-based leadership training, isn't it? Because you might even get, well, that's not leadership training because you don't have your students having to practice leadership, but what if they film their friends? What if they had to organize, each one of them organized 10 of their friends and get each one of them to find a quote and then made their own little film? Hi, this is my friends and I, these are our favorite quotes. It could be a fun little project. It could be something they do on their computer. Bottom line is, this is the kind of tool that YouTube is. It allows you to take any aspect of your training, of your ideas, of your philosophy, and you can engage students to create projects just like this that can be watched or sent places or seen again and again. We're trying to engage our students in the process of learning about martial arts philosophy and applying it in their lives. This is a $40 camera you're watching this on, and I edited this film in a few minutes and put it on YouTube, and you're watching it now. What could you do with your students if you put your thinking cap on? What would be kept for posterity, and what would be used as a promotional tool for your school, and something that all your students would want all their friends to see because it's exciting and engaging and emotional? Think about it. Let me know how you do.